everybody, this is T with Kate's Crafty Closet here with another tag in my 2019 Christmas tag series. So today we're going to make this little Santa suit. This is another clean and simple, easy, fun to do project you can do with the kids, grandkids, nieces, nephews, cousins, next door neighbors, all that good stuff, and even the adults, right? Because I love making these tags too as well. So let's go ahead and get ourselves started. The first thing you're going to go ahead and need is a piece of red cardstock, and you can make your Santa suit any color you want. If you want him pink, and you want him purple, you want him blue, you want glitter, you want pearlescent, by all means, your imagination is your only restraints. Like if you, whatever you want, it's all yours. So I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is take my We Are Memory Keepers angle punch, and I'm going to do the large angle. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in there and get that done. And this one I think is 2.5 by 4 1/4. So any kind of piece that you want is totally, completely, 100% up to you as to the size of the tag, depending on the gift or the recipient that's going to be giving it to. So the first thing I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to ink my edges and some white ink. This is the Memento Lux. I think this one's called, I'm not sure what this one is called, but if I possibly can, I'm gonna link all the products that I use today in the description box below. But this is from Sukaneko. This is called Wedding Dress. So I'm just going to take my little mini tiny ink blending tool, and I'm just going to go around the edge, and I'm going to continue to just go around the edge with this white. You can put as much or as little as you want. This is just to replicate, you know, what the white fur on Santa suit. So that's what I'm trying to mimic there. And remember, this is pigment ink, so it does stay a little bit wet, so be careful. You might get some on your fingers and also other places on the project, which to me is okay. I personally, doesn't really matter to me, but it all depends on you and your likings. All right, so I think that's good enough. I can always go back and add more if I want to do that. I'm totally 100% okay with that. We'll push that to the side. We're going to need a little soda cap. I'm going to be using this a lot lately. And I have some 5/8. This is 3/8 inch ribbon. This is from the holiday section at Michael's. So if you have any kind of black ribbon would do, or if you don't have that, you can cut a piece of paper, glitter paper, or anything like that you want to use to mimic the belt. Like I said, this is a 3/8 of an inch, and it actually goes in here quite perfectly. So remember that 3/8 of an inch, whether you cut it down yourself or you use some ribbon. And I just thought that the little stitched ribbon was a perfect little accent to our Santa suit. And see, I'm struggling, right? Trying to get that in there. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to push it through with some scissors and see if that helps. Yes, that does help. So, all right, so I'm going to pull it through. I always leave a little bit of excess on there, and I'm going to see how much do I need, and I'm going to just clip it. These are some fabric scissors, so it doesn't reduces the fraying. And the next thing I always do is like leave enough room that I can center it no matter where onto the tag. And I'm just going to go ahead with some 1/4 inch double-sided tape, and I'm going to put that on there. I don't like to use a wet glue because 9 times out of 10 when you do that, depending on the ribbon, you could see the adhesive. You can see the adhesive through the ribbon when you go and put that down onto the paper. And I'm just trying to eliminate that, but it's completely up to you. So I'm just going to tear it. If it's over the edge, it's okay because I'm going to be trimming some of this down anyway, so I'm not going to stress that out. Okay, so I'm going to struggle really quickly trying to get this release tape off. I wish I had my little pokey tool, but pokey tool has a tendency to disappear quicker than Houdini. So we're going to do our best. And if you want to add a little bit of liquid adhesive on top of the double-sided tape, that probably would be okay, because it's not going to seep into the ribbon. It's just going to kind of sit on top of that double-sided tape, and I'm going to struggle. I think it probably took me a minute, 2 minutes when I made the sample one, and I'm doing my best to try to grab that release paper, but it is super tiny. All right, so I'm doing my best here. Like, I'm doing my best. You're giving me troubles, but that's okay. We will totally make it work. And sometimes because it doesn't want to adhere super well on there, that's kind of what the issue can be. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this pen blade and see if that lets me lift up that release paper. And it may, but it may also bring up the adhesive as well. There we go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Persistency always pays off. So, okay. Now we're just going to line it up to wherever we want to put it on there. But I'm just going to do my best to center that buckle. And voila, we have it. And we're just going to trim off any excess. That's why I'm using the fabric scissors again, because if I use any other kind of scissors, chances are it's not going to cut very well. I don't like to use my fabric scissors on this part because I don't like to, but it's sticky. It can make my thing sticky, but we're only using this once or twice, so I'm okay with that. So now that we have that done, let's grab our hole punch, and we're just going to hole punch a hole at the top. Do my best to center it, and then we're going to come in with some black gems that I have on hand. You can use sequins, you can use pretty much whatever you have. I want to grab smaller ones, so that's why I'm grabbing just a whole little pile of these, because it will take me forever to dig. Then I'm going to take some glue, and I'm just going to lightly tap, because I don't want it to be like a big bubble, but if I tap without really squeezing too hard, I can get a little bit of glue down there, and it allows me to put the gems on top of them. And I'm just trying to make sure that I grab all the same color, not all the same color, my bad, all the same color, all the same size for his buttons. And if I did make a mistake, we'll just blame Mrs. Claus that she put the wrong size button on it, and that's okay. She's entitled to do that. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put those back into the little handy dandy container. Then I have some black and white baker's twine. I'm going to do 14 inches. I've been doing 12 lately, and I find maybe it needs a little bit more room. So I added an extra 2 inches onto that. And then we're going to go ahead and fold them in half and put our loop edge through and not mess up. This is, I probably should have waited to do the buttons after I did this part, but that's okay. That's what glue is for. You can always re-glue it. And it's like, it's really such a struggle. You wouldn't think it was such a huge struggle to put this in here, but I do struggle with these loops and these strings. I don't know why. It might be my big fingers. That's what I'm going to blame it on. Blame it on my fingers. So there we go. Pull it nice and taut. And there you have it. You have a fun little easy Santa suit tag. And see how the white ink seeps into the red, so it actually is a little bit more muted, which I'm totally 100% okay with that. So I want to thank you all again for joining me for this easy, fun, clean and simple tag to make, and look forward to some more coming in the next few weeks. And make sure you hit that like button if you like this video, and make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well if you haven't done so. And when that notification bell comes in, you want to go ahead and press on that, because YouTube is supposed to notify you each and every time I upload new videos. So again, thank y'all, and y'all have a crafty day.